Okay, my YouTube buddies, this is Mr. Red here today. We're going to be shooting the 40-pound black hunter, and we're going to be shooting groups of arrows from 8 grains per pound all the way up to 16 or even 17 grains per pound. We'll see how it works. And we got the velocity on that, and we'll see how accurate they are to a certain point. I'm only going to shoot one arrow for accuracy. You can see how flat it shoots. Hopefully you would be able to, because the arrows are going to be starting from 0 to 20 yards. And hopefully you can see them at the end of the target there. But you'll get the velocity for sure. And this is for people that want to have bows from anywhere from 30, 35, and 40 pounds. A lot of people, those are probably the most sold black hunters of any weight class with the black hunter bow. So that's why I kind of covered those categories with a lot of the tests I've been doing for the last 4 months, 5, 6 months. And hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to shoot the 320 grain arrow out of a 40-pound black hunter. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's a 320 grain arrow. That was smoking. The average was 191.3 out of a 320 grain arrow. Okay, now we're going to shoot a 360 grain arrow, and that is 9 grains per pound. Okay, let's see how that flies. Okay, that was a 360 grain arrow. Average is 182.1. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, now we're going to shoot 10 grains per pound. And this is going to be a 400 grain arrow. Let's see what she do. Okay, that was a 400 grain arrow, and the velocity average was 173.1. Yeah, 173.1 out of a 400 grain arrow at a 40-pound bow, black hunter. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, now we're going to be shooting 11 grains per pound. That's 440 grains. Let's see what happens. Okay, now we're going to do 12 grains per pound. Right there. It comes out to 480 grains. I wrote it right there so you all can see, so I don't get it mixed up. So let's see how it shoots. Okay, the average is 163.3, and that's a 480 grain arrow, 12 grains per pound. Okay, now I'm going to be shooting a 13 grains per pound, and this arrow weighs 520 grains. And one other thing, I want everybody to know that I'm shooting this bow at a 8-inch brace height because people like it that way. And with no silencers on it, so you're going to get the bow just like you would if you were a target shooter. A lot of target shooters don't shoot with the silencers on it. It makes more noise, but you gain some speed, feet per second. And I just want everybody to know that. Thought that was important. And let's get a shooting and see what our arrow does. I like this weight arrow a little better. It flies more natural. It's a little heavier. I've shot it with other bows, 40-pound bows, and with this one before. So it's just at the right weight to where you can shoot smooth and less hand shock because the arrow's a little heavier. Okay, the average on the 520 grain arrow was 158.6. That's the average. That's the most important part. To me it is. Because it breaks it all down and you get the average of what you shoot. Okay, let's go another arrow. The 560 grain arrow. This is a 500 spine. Easton, bare bow. I got it up to the perfect weight for this test. At 560 grains, I got it up perfect. Let's see how it does. Okay, that was a 14 grains per pound, 560 grain arrow. And the average was 153.7 out of a 560 grain arrow. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay, now it's 15 grains per pound. And we are shooting a 600 grain arrow. Right there, guys. Right there, I wrote it down. So, this is where it starts getting fun. Okay, let's shoot this sucker and see what happens. Okay, that's a 600 grain arrow. The velocity average is 151.2. And that's a 15 grains per pound arrow. That's shooting pretty good out of a $100 bow, these little China bows. Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. The velocity. So right here I have on the 600 grain arrow, I have 200 up front with a 100 grain insert. And I have 2 5-grain collars to make the weight for the test exactly on. And this is the Legacy Easton. And I like them. They're a nice arrow. Let's go on to the next arrow. Okay, now we're going to be shooting 16 grains per pound. 640 grains. Complete arrow. Let's see how it shoots. Okay, that's with a 640 grain arrow, and that's the traditional classic XT 640 grain arrow. And the average was on that was 147.5. I shot an extra one just because I wasn't paying attention, and so that's where we're at with that. I think I have, let's see, what do I have on there? I have 250 grain field point with 100 grain insert. It's either a 100 grain insert or it's a 75 grain insert. And I had a little protector thing. I just wanted to see how that is going to work out. It actually made the weight closer. That's why I put it on. And that's the arrow I shot. We got one more arrow to go. We have the heavy hitter 680 grain arrow right there. It says 680 grain. I'll write it on there. 680 grain arrow. 17 grains per pound. I got so much stuff written down here. I got so much stuff going. I got to write everything down. It's just hard to keep track of everything and be accurate. That's what it is. I've used this before and added weight and taken weight off it to do other tests. But this is the old Brian Ferguson heavy hitter. It's a fatter diameter than the gold tip diameters, outside diameter. Look at a little funny tip on there. It looks funny on there. But I made it work for the test. And none of these arrows, someone asked me, none of these arrows are tuned for the bow. I don't need to be tuned. It's just going to fly out 4 feet from the bow. And from then on, later on, the tuning will affect it. But say 4 feet from the chronograph, it ain't going to make a difference. So as long as it's not slapping the sides of the bow. And okay, so that's what we're doing. We've got the last arrow to go. Let's do it. Have some fun. There we go. The average on that was 143.9 out of a 680 grain arrow, heavy hitter, 17 grains per pound. That's not bad for a little $100 bow, $120 bow, black hunter here. It was a fun little bow. That was a fun little test I just enjoyed. And a lot of shooting. I only have one arrow, so every time I shoot the arrow, I have to walk down there, come back and get the arrow. Go down there, come back. So I did 11 shoots, different weights, grains. And so that is 11 is 110 trips. Then I did 2 arrow groups and I forgot to turn the camera on. I know, I do it all the time. And so it came out to about 130 trips today. But it's all exercise. It's all good for you. You get older, you need an excuse to exercise. But this arrow right here, heavy hitter. And I think the best arrow out of all these ones that I shot that was the smoothest was the 560 and the 520. That was the kind of a fun spot right in there. You can still get it flat enough to shoot. It's not as noisy. It's a lot smoother to shoot, and it's still got enough some weight on there to do some hunting. I think this is going to be it for a lot of the testing I'm going to be doing, unless I get some 25-pound limbs for the black hunter. It's ready for hunting. I do this all for hunting. I'm not really a tech guy that much. I do it for myself. But I'm all about hunting. That's why I do everything just for hunting. So I kind of made the system so where people can look up and see the black hunter around their draw length and their poundage of which bow they want to use, and you can see different groups in. So that's why I've gotten the 30, the 35, and the 40, and those are the basic ones that people with black hunter usually are interested in. Okay, my buddies, that's it for today. Be careful, be safe, and don't shoot your dog's eye out. Don't shoot your eye out, Rocket. Have a nice day. Thank you.